Welcome back in to the Scramble Drill podcast. Another in-person episode. No Josh this time, but it is me and Landon breaking down Week 14 of the NFL season. Landon, what's going on?
I'm loving it. In person, we watched football
all day yesterday. Quite literally all day.
From 1 o'clock to
midnight.
Yeah, 11:30. So, and it was a great week. Consequential week. It's coming down to the wire. We did record an episode yesterday. That episode's already out.
He's already got it out?
He's already got it out.
Look at Josh go.
Josh being on the ball. So, so that one's already out. This one will probably come out in a couple days. But we are recording Monday morning, so we're not going to have the Monday night game in this. No. Eagles, Chargers. Maybe we can give some predictions on that. But another great week of football.
Yeah, no, this was a huge week, a very consequential week.
Man.
Hit or miss for me fantasy-wise. I will be getting into the granddaddy of them all, Mully playoffs.
Yep.
Thank you to Josh Allen and Jahmyr Gibbs for that.
Yep.
And I will be also losing in a league as well. Thank you to Bijan Robinson, DJ Moore, and Tyler Warren.
That's how these things go. But
it is what it is. So let's just go straight into Thursday night. Lions-Cowboys. You called it.
I did call it. Let's talk Lions first. I mean, they're right there. They're there for it. They were humming, absolutely humming in spurts in this game. They scored 44 points, and it really wasn't pretty the whole time, but they were humming in spurts, and Goff just did enough. This Cowboys defense, obviously, it's gettable. It has been better since Quentin Williams came over, but we knew it was gettable. And yeah, they just kept the throttle down, and Jahmyr Gibbs is just a touchdown machine.
We need to be having the conversation about him being the best running back in the NFL.
And we have.
He's put himself in that conversation.
We have been. I think it's clearly JT, CMC, and Gibbs, and we'll see if A-Change sustains it, and we'll see if Bijan's situation gets better, he can be there too. But it's those three right now. It has to be.
Yeah. I don't think there's any question there. And I was really impressed with Jared Goff in this game because you've been saying the way to beat the Lions, and it's pretty clear, is to hold the running backs down. And they did hit 100 yards. They hit 103 between Montgomery and Gibbs, but it wasn't like a dominant 100 yards. Monty broke off like a 40-yarder. So
Gibbs grinded it out.
They really did a good job against the running backs, but Jared Goff was just about flawless.
He just made big plays. He doesn't have the touchdown numbers in this one, but his rating's 111. I mean, he just made big plays when they needed it, kept the chains moving. Man, this was a big win. They needed this one. And now I think it's better for them that the Packers won yesterday as well. So, I mean, they're set up okay to get in the playoffs at this point. Let me see where they're at. Like right now, they sit at the 8th seed after this week. And obviously that's going to hold no matter what happens tonight. So they're right there. They get to play Chicago again, and they're one game behind them. I mean, you can't ask for much more if you're Detroit.
That feels pretty good.
Feels pretty good.
On the Dallas side, last thing I'll say on the Lions, and this is a big thing, is Brian Branch torn Achilles in this game. That's devastating.
I don't know who's going to play DB for him.
That's devastating.
Man, they are so injured. It happened last year too. I don't know what it is. Obviously, you don't think it's the turf, but when there's cluster injuries with the team, people complain about turf. So I don't know if it's that, but man, I don't know who's playing DB for him to finish out the season.
No, this is tough.
This is really tough. That's a brutal loss.
I hate that we're probably staring down another loss like they did last year in the playoffs, but if these injuries keep up, that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
On the Cowboys side, I mean, as Dak has been playing MVP level, yesterday or Thursday just wasn't there, and CD gets hurt. I get that, but I mean, they were losing when CD was in the game.
I do think he was better than the stats. I do think he was a little bit better than these. 5 sacks is tough though. Like, if you get sacked 5 times, probably 2 or 3 are on the O-line and 2 or 3 are on you, probably. And they came in. There's a couple of them that came into some pretty big spots. But yeah, they were not able to score touchdowns. They settled. I mean, how many field goals did they kick?
I think
in
Brandon
this
Aubrey
game?
kicked like 4 or 5 field goals.
Yeah, I mean, they just were not able to get touchdowns. And when you're playing a Lions team, especially when you're playing a Lions team indoors, when you only sack Jared Goff once, you got to score touchdowns. You can't be settling for field goals as much as they did. Yeah, how many did Aubrey have? 4 or 5?
Dallas kicking.
I can't find it.
He hit 5.
Five. Yeah. So I mean, one of them was a 60, so they weren't close there. But I mean, you got to punch those in the end zone, and it's hard to see their path at this point.
No, they needed help regardless, but they needed help, and they needed help like when they needed to win out.
Yeah.
You can't drop this game.
Right. They really need if Philly wins tonight, I don't see a path. Maybe if Philly loses tonight, they could still potentially do it. The problem is they don't play Philly again, and Philly has Washington twice and the Raiders still on the schedule. That
should be win-win-win.
Worst case scenario, you slip up in Washington. But that's 3 wins right there. I mean, that's 3 wins. Dallas really needs them to only win 2 games the rest of the year, including tonight. If they win tonight, I don't see the path.
They have to hope that Jaden Daniels can put the cape on and beat Dallas twice, and then hopefully Herbert can do something tonight.
Yeah, if the Eagles win tonight, I don't really see the path for Dallas. I was on this last week. Like, Thanksgiving far too often is the peak of the Cowboys season. It happens a lot.
A lot of time it's the downfall of the Cowboys season.
It can be they either peak the week before or the week of, and then this happens. Yeah. Unfortunately, they lose CD. That is unfortunate. Them losing to me is not that unfortunate, but losing CD is unfortunate. We'll see it. Maybe week. Maybe he doesn't miss any time. This happened on a Thursday, so he has that time to recover. He's got 10 days, but maybe a week. Hopefully, he can get back on the field and perform. But man, their only path is the division, and the Eagles just have such a soft end of the season.
Yeah, man, it's looking bleak for the Cowboys. They're not completely out of it, but they need way too much help. This next game, let's go ahead and skip over it as quick as we can. Seahawks versus the Falcons.
We don't need
absolute
to talk.
Bloodbath.
We don't need to talk about this. Yeah. I mean, Darnold was sensational. My goodness, you look at those numbers, but we're good.
JSN's back on track, so I guess keep that.
We know what happened. Is he on track for 2,000?
I
haven't checked that.
Anymore.
He had a couple down yardage weeks.
He had 92
didn't have a crazy
this week.
Yardage week this week.
He had 92 this week.
Yeah, so that doesn't help being on track for 2,000. But he did get on track, scored twice, obviously, and 10 targets, 7 catches. So
yeah. All right. I'm trying to see which 1:00 games. Let's go. That was 4:00 window. Okay, let's do Colts Jags first.
Okay.
Jags are in a great position to win this division, and they're probably going to lock up a home playoff game.
Great win. I mean, look, Trevor, the numbers look good. You just cannot watch this man play and come away impressed.
It hurts.
It is painful. Like, when he's 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, no sacks, and you're like, oh man, Trevor was great. No, he was not. He was not great. But, he finds a way to win this game. Obviously, we probably have more to talk about the Colts. But, dude, they're 5-2 at home. They're 9-4. Clearly control their own destiny. In this one, the Jags do. And, I mean, they've already played Houston twice, so they don't have that on the schedule. But Houston doesn't have a super easy end of the schedule. Neither do the Jags. The Jags, you got to win next week against the Jets, and you got to beat the Titans. Like, you cannot slip up in those games. That you have no room for error in those games, because in between there, you got the Colts again, which going to be without Daniel Jones, which we'll talk about, and then the Broncos. The Broncos, that's going to be a tough one. They are at Denver. But man, they are in a good spot. They are in a really good spot for the division after this win.
Yeah, I agree with everything. I mean, I'm not a big Trevor Lawrence guy.
Yeah.
You know this, but the team is good, man. The team is good. Everything outside of Trevor is good, and he's not horrible. He just has so many things that he should be better at in year 5 than he is.
Right.
On the Colts side,
brutal.
I mean, we're in doomsday panic mode.
Yeah.
If I'm a Colts fan, I mean,
Yeah.
the Daniel Jones injury. Not that we believed necessarily that Daniel Jones was a threat in the playoff or a Super Bowl contending quarterback or anything like that. But he absolutely was the best quarterback on this team, and so the ruptured Achilles is devastating for his career, devastating for the Colts.
Yeah.
And the obvious glaring problem is the schedule remaining for the Colts. Is you lose to the Texans, Jags back to back, and here's the rest of their season schedule. You go to Seattle next week.
Ooh.
We know Seattle's one of the best teams with a top 3 defense
Jeez.
at worst.
That's a really tough matchup.
And then you get the San Francisco 49ers looking for a win, looking to secure their playoff. Needing a win to secure their playoff berth. And then you get the Jags again, and then you finish that gauntlet going to Houston, who just beat the Chiefs.
So I'll give you some good news if you are a Colts fan. I think you control your own destiny still. Because
technically, yes.
You're tied with Houston and you have them still on the schedule. I'll give you another piece of good news. Houston winning yesterday actually helped you out because the Chiefs really are, we'll talk about them, but that actually helped your playoff chances. But I mean, come on. It's Riley Leonard. Maybe it's AR if he comes back. Whatever the case is. This is tough, man. Because what did they start? Were they 8-2?
They were, I believe, they were 8-2.
8-2,
and now they're 8-5.
8-5, and it looks bleak, man. They're at the 8th seed right now.
Lost 4 of their last 5.
Lost 4 of their last 5. So maybe they were 8-3, or whatever they were. But 7-2. Man, I liked the Colts this year. I was in on how they were playing and all that. We never thought they were Super Bowl contenders. But we were like, man, we like what this Colts team is doing, and we finally said, okay, they're at least a good team. We got to that point about a month ago.
Yeah, and I'll probably say the similar thing about another team that, if you've listened to the podcast, you know we're kind of wishy-washy on. But with the ability to run the ball, the weapons they had, the defense they had, this is a playoff contender. This is a team that can win a game in the playoffs.
Yeah. Remember, another part of this, we still don't know when Sauce Gardner's going to come back. Like, it's not a season-ending injury, but he didn't play yesterday.
No.
We'll see what happens. I feel bad for Colts fans because this was like they weren't expected to be good this year. I thought they were going to be terrible going into the season. I was thinking 4 or 5 wins. Like I thought they were going to be bad, and then you go on this run. You're 7-2, whatever it was, and then you hate how this is finishing up. But I don't love their chances down the stretch with that remaining schedule.
Yeah, and
no Daniel Jones.
And I guess this is a sad part too, is if the season goes the way we're afraid it's going to end for the Colts, they also don't position themselves well to get another quarterback because Daniel Jones has got an Achilles injury, so he might miss all of next year as well. Anthony Richardson, I think, is more than proved he's not the answer. Riley Leonard is not. I mean, I don't know that much about him.
Yeah.
Do you really think he's the answer? So I don't know how they get another quarterback either.
I mean, according to Cowherd, he might be Josh Allen.
That's
you
true.
Remember that?
That's true. That's a deep cut.
I mean, Daniel Jones, right? He was a reclamation project, right? They've proven they want to do that. Somebody who's going to get traded this year because of how he played and the contract he's on is Mac Jones. Maybe that's an answer for them.
It's possible.
That's a guy Steichen might just tell to come in and just steady the ship. Just don't lose the games for us. It's tough for Daniel Jones too because he signed a 1-year deal, so he was playing well enough to get something like the Baker contract, something like the Darnold contract. He's not going to get it now. Maybe the Colts just bring him back and say, "Hey man, we'll give you 3 years, $65-70 million, and so you'll rehab 1 year and play the next 2." Maybe that's an option, but
I thought there was an option too to where. Because I remember seeing stories in the offseason that Kevin O'Connell liked Daniel Jones. He didn't want him to walk out the door. So I figured, if they don't bring him back, maybe Minnesota brings him in.
There was going to be a bidding war between Minnesota and Indianapolis for sure for Daniel Jones.
And now that's probably off the table.
Oh, it's off the table for sure off the table. And it's tough because you like to see a guy playing through an injury. Like we like that as fans, but this is the risk you run when you're already hampered. And your body is trying to make up for that, and God, this is just a sad injury.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked I mean, junk about Daniel Jones, not as a person, but like he's never been that good, but an amazing quarterback. But you don't want to see this happen.
No, you don't. Even though he went to Duke, you still don't want to see it happen.
Let's see. Dolphins, Jets. Anything there? I mean,
Dude, the Dolphins are tied with the Chiefs.
That's where I was going to go. I've really nothing to say about the Jets, but the Dolphins have made something of this season.
This is insane. I mean, I don't know. Is McDaniels saving his job? Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it seemed like they had made up their mind they were going to fire him. Maybe he hangs around. I don't know.
This is what the Dolphins are.
Yep.
They're not a team you can underestimate, I guess, if that's a thing.
Yep.
You're not going to want to talk about this game. Vikings, Commanders. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess internet bullying works.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe that was the J.J. McCarthy thing. I mean, just got jumped. I mean, right away. They go down to score. We go down. Debo drops a touchdown on 4th and goal, and then it was didn't move the ball, and then obviously Jaden gets hurt. I said I want him to come back if he's 100%. You take the hit he took, which was looked like a bad hit, but it wasn't a hard hit. He landed hard. If you land hard and leave the game the first time, you're just not 100%. And there's no reason in this season to bring him back on those conditions. They did say he could have gone back in the game, but they were down 17 at that point, and quickly we're down 24 after that because they scored again. So
I think they're already saying they're counting on him playing next week.
Okay. So, I don't mind that. If he's healthy.
I think he's probably I'm guessing, neither of us are medical professionals, but I'm guessing he was probably 90-something% better. And the fact that he just landed on it hard, he got like a sting or something in the elbow. And I mean, they saw how the game was going. They just said, you're not coming back in there.
It does seem like an injury. I can't remember another quarterback having a left elbow injury. So it does seem like something that there's not a high risk of re-injury. It happened weird.
He just landed on it.
We were watching it. I did almost throw up when he threw a left arm stiff arm on a defensive end. I'm like, Dave, what are you doing?
Well, stop it.
You are the franchise.
We're dangerously close to RG3 territory if we're not careful.
But obviously this season's been a disaster. It is next week against the Giants, man. If the Giants win that game, we got a real chance at a top 3 pick. I
think that's best case scenario for your team.
I would love it.
That is absolute best case scenario.
I would love it. So, but good for McCarthy. I mean, McCarthy played well. Say what you want. I mean, he only threw for $163. Didn't need to throw for a lot of yards though, because they were boat racing us. So, good for them.
Yeah, I'm still mad that Justin Jefferson has 4 targets, 11 catches.
Okay, no,
four targets, 2 catches.
So seriously, the Vikings scored 31. J.J. McCarthy threw 3 touchdowns, and Jefferson gets 4 targets.
2 catches, 11 yards.
I don't understand it. This is the best player the Vikings have had since Randy Moss. Yeah, I mean, this is literally their best player.
Statistically, through this point in his career, he's better than Randy Moss ever was.
I mean, it's insane.
The records he's broken have all been Randy Moss's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. This is weird. It's weird. At minimum, it's weird.
I don't know Justin Jefferson's full mentality. I feel like he's one of those, if we're winning, he's probably good.
Well, they ain't winning. I mean, they won this one, but they're 5-8.
But I don't see a world where they move him, but I could see a world where he at least requests a trade. He said, I need to get out of here. And I agree he needs to get out of there right now.
Yeah.
Unless they make a move, which they could.
Yeah.
They're in a position where they could either move up in the draft to take a quarterback or get somebody like a Kyler Murray in free agency, which would be, I would stay if I was Justin Jefferson if that happens. But if it doesn't and they roll back with J.J. McCarthy, he needs to get out of there.
I'm generally not a fan of players like wanting input in front office decisions. I generally don't think that's good, with a few exceptions. With a receiver like him, when you're talking about a quarterback, I'm not saying he should make the decision, but I do think he should have, at some level, some input. Almost every team, every good team, their franchise is their quarterback. Not the Vikings right now. Their franchise is him.
Yeah.
And
I also think, too, and you're thinking of a greatness argument, And it's not that Justin Jefferson isn't one of the greatest receivers already throughout his very, very young career, but stats matter for receivers when you're looking at greatness and Hall of Fame and stuff like that. So he's got the stats so far, but he needs to continue putting up those level of numbers. So it doesn't matter if the Vikings or he never wins a Super Bowl as a receiver. He needs to have stats.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, Washington we've already talked about. So let's go.
Big
Saints
one.
Bucks.
Saints Bucks.
Tyler Shuck
Dude,
looked good.
where did that come from?
He had like 2 30-yard rushing touchdowns.
Where did that come from? Yeah, I mean, he was how many carries? He had 7 carries for 55 and 2 tubs. I mean, great. Devin Neal saved me in a league. But the Saints.
I heard the name Devin Neal a lot yesterday.
You did. Far too much. Good for the Saints. Good for Washington as the Saints fall behind them in the draft order. I love that.
Yep.
But I mean, the player, like as fans, we know the best thing for the Saints this year is losing. That's the best thing right now. Get a higher pick, get the quarterback you want. The players don't care. The players want to win. Like they had it in front of them. They got to win.
What
and that
happens
locker
to your
room,
franchise doesn't mean anything to me.
They don't care, man. They don't care. They just want to win. Even when they're out of it, it doesn't matter. So, I mean, hey, good for them. I love it if you're the Saints, if you're Tyler Shook. But, I mean, it's not really consequential for the season, but it's good for the locker room. What is consequential
Oh, this is very consequential.
is on the Bucs side.
You know who's tied with them right now?
And still has them on the schedule twice?
The Carolina Panthers.
It's unbelievable, man. Go back to like 4 weeks in. Did the Bucs start 4-0? The Bucs
They
started
were
3-0, 3-0, and then they were 5-1 with wins against the 49ers, at Seattle, at Houston, and at Atlanta, which we still thought was a decent team at that point. Their only loss was to the Eagles, and they were up big on the Eagles, and the Eagles came back on. Like, the Bucs.
And the Eagles at that point we still thought was probably the best team in the NFL.
Yeah. And at that point, if you'll remember, like, the Bucs were pretty beat up at that point, and we were like, man, they're winning these games even though they're beat up. It's obviously caught up to them, the injuries.
I mean, Bucky's back. Chris Godwin's back. You got Ibuka still.
Yeah, but it's not just their weapons. They have other injuries, offensive
Another
line,
O-line is
defense,
hurt for sure,
injuries. But in their let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, they're 2-5 in their last 7. Got Atlanta this week on a Thursday night. Dude, they have 5 games left, 4 division games, 2 against the Panthers, 1 against the Falcons, and they have the Dolphins, which all of a sudden is not a layup. So I don't know,
crazy.
dude. I don't know. And the Panthers didn't play this week, so let me pull something up on them since we're not going to talk about them. Let me look at their schedule to close out. Obviously, they have the Bucs twice, Seattle, and the Saints. So Saints have already beat them once. I don't know what's going to happen in this division. I really don't. I'm not that convinced the Bucs are better than the Panthers at this point. They have the same record. They both have impressive wins and head-scratching losses. I don't know who's better at this point.
Yeah, coming into this week, I would have still said the Bucs, but losing to the Saints, that changes things because you look at the past few weeks for the Panthers versus the past few weeks for
the trend is certainly
the
with
Panthers
the
are beating teams like the Packers and the Rams, versus the Bucs are losing to teams like the Saints.
Yeah, I mean the Panthers did lose to the Saints like 3 weeks ago, but
the trend, the season trend, like you said, it is in 2 different directions right now.
The most likely outcome is they split, and then it's the Bucs have Falcons and Dolphins that decide their season, and the Panthers have Seahawks and Falcons. So that's or Seahawks and Saints, excuse me, and that's going to decide it. That's the most likely outcome, but I'm actually excited to see. I'm actually excited to watch this. I think both these teams get trounced in round 1.
Oh, for sure.
But it is interesting. It is interesting.
For sure they could lose. All right, I saved the best games for last in this one. We'll start with the least consequential game, but it was honestly a good game.
A lot of fun.
Was Tennessee versus Cleveland.
Yeah.
What? And when we had a duel for no reason between Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, and the Titans come out on top, which is, I think you were probably pulling for Cleveland for the Washington pick.
Yeah, just because I think it's unlikely Tennessee wins another game. So yeah, I was pulling for Cleveland, but whatever.
But yeah, Tennessee's probably going to get the number 1 overall pick. But
they don't have it right now. If the season ended today, it'd be the Giants.
That's true. It would be the Giants.
Be the Giants. Anyways.
But I mean, I guess good for Tennessee to enjoy a game. I like the Cam Ward stiff arm. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was insane.
Threw a defender.
Yeah, to avoid the sack. This was the Tony Pollard game.
Where did a 65-yarder come from?
Tony Pollard. 65-yarder. He had 25 for $161 and 2 tubs. 65-yard touchdown. I mean, good for him. Cam Ward didn't lose it. 117 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Like, he wasn't great, but he didn't lose it. They have real decisions to make there in the offseason. But, good. You feel good for the Titans. Yeah. They get a win. This was a nasty weather game in Cleveland. Just gross game. But 31-29, you pull it off. You stop the 2-point conversion, which people have questions about that.
Yeah. I mean, and good on Shedeur. I've never been very high on Shedeur Sanders, and this isn't a Shedeur Sanders podcast. Right. Go to somewhere else. But I mean, that's impressive.
But when we're going to talk about football today. Like, all the other stuff people talk about is not football. He played great in this.
Yeah, he played really well.
364 and 3 tubs.
Yeah.
A bad pick. Really bad pick. But
he comes back, drives him down.
3 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown.
Throws, almost ties the game.
Yeah.
Almost ties it. You got, Harold Fannin, the rookie tight end. He's making himself known.
Yeah, he is. And it was one of those deals where it was like, well, they got Njoku. They're bringing this guy in to back up. He is supplanted Njoku.
No, he's better. He's better than Njoku.
He's just straight up better. And as a rookie, this looks like a guy who could be like a real starting caliber tight end for several years. I
want to say I semi-called it in the offseason. Just when we were evaluating rookies coming out, I'm like, dude, Harold Fannin didn't have like an unbelievable combine, but his stats
are crazy.
Film from Bowling Green, insane.
He set
the numbers he put up.
He set college tight end records.
He was having like 1,500 yards a season.
It was insane. So I go back. I was listening one time. I don't remember who was talking, but they were talking about a conversation they had with Jimmy Johnson, who used to be the coach of the Cowboys and Dolphins, obviously.
Jimmy.
But it was when he was with the Cowboys. And they were evaluating Emmitt Smith, who you may have heard of, all-time leading rusher, all-time leading touchdowns, all that stuff.
Name's been mentioned.
They were evaluating him, and he was like high on everyone's draft board coming out, and then he ran a terrible 40, like a super slow 40. And they were talking to Jimmy Johnson after he drafted Emmitt Smith about why did you draft him when he had this bad combine and everything, and his answer was simple. He said, somebody got all them yards. Like, there's certain guys who are just good at football. Somebody puts up those stats.
Yeah, people like, Harold Fannin, had the stats and the highlight reel, but they were like, oh, he only ran like a 4.65 at the combine. Dude, I don't care if my tight end runs a 4.65.
Yeah.
If he can put up numbers, it doesn't matter.
Somebody got all them stats in college.
How many tight ends run sub 4.5? Not many.
Not many. And it doesn't necessarily correlate to the best tight ends. You're talking about Noah Fant. You're talking about guys like that.
You think Trey McBride's a 4.4 guy? No.
So yeah, that was Jimmy's answer, and that it works. It works with Bucky Irvin. It works with guys sometimes Antonio Brown, where it's just like, yeah, they don't have.
Somebody did it.
They don't have the measurables. Somebody put up all them stats.
They didn't fake those numbers.
Somebody scored those touchdowns. So good for them. It looks like this is a team that just needs starters on offense, and it looks like they've got 2 at least with Judkins and Fannin with their rookie class. So good for them.
They need a receiver. They have the capital to be able to find one.
Yeah,
something will happen.
They do.
All right, last 2 1:00 window, very consequential games. The Steelers versus the Ravens.
Wow.
What? Okay, let's go Steelers. Go
Steelers.
Their season, they still control their own destiny. They still do. The Ravens caught them, and the Steelers, good on them. They held them off.
Yeah, good on them. Listen to this stat, Ben. This is the Pittsburgh rushing attack in this game. 7 carries, 34 yards. 34 yards.
Yeah.
And there's 17 carries, 34 yards. They couldn't run the ball, couldn't move the ball that way, couldn't get anything going.
The only answer they had was DK, who had 7 for 148.
This was gritty, man. This was a gritty, grinded out win. Aaron Rodgers threw 34 passes, 12 targets went to DK.
You know this. This is what I'm used to seeing from the Steelers. This is Steelers football.
This is Steelers football. This is NFC North football.
This is Mike Tomlin back against the wall. People are saying he needs to go, and he still might, but this was classic Steelers.
This is in Baltimore. Like, everyone is thinking Baltimore's going to win this division. I was thinking it. You were thinking. I mean, I know
I've been thinking it since like week 2.
Yeah, you've been sprinkling the Bengals the last few weeks, but we thought if it came down to these two teams, it's going to be Baltimore. What is the most consequential game in that sequence for the Steelers? The game in Baltimore for the rest of the season, and they win it. And it was ugly, and it was grindy, and you know they got a couple good breaks on some calls, but they go into Baltimore. Aaron Rodgers does just enough. 284, 1 touchdown.
No picks, no sacks.
No picks, no sacks. You don't lose the game. Obviously, they couldn't run the ball, but Jaylen Warren has a big, a long 38-yard touchdown as a receiver. Like, good for the Steelers, man. And they are. We thought Baltimore was back. Like, I was under the assumption, okay, they figured it out. They won a few in a row. They're going to win this game against the Steelers, and then they'll coast to the end. They're not doing it, man. I think this division's a coin flip. I really do.
Lost back-to-back division games. They get blown out by the Bengals, and then they lose a close one at home against the Steelers.
Yeah, I thought they were going to win this division. I think it's a coin flip.
And the schedule is not easy for Baltimore the rest of the way. They now have to go to Cincinnati. Yep. In Week 18, they go to Pittsburgh. And you know who they have in between them?
I think they have New England.
They have New England and the Packers in Lambeau Field.
The Packers. What does the Steelers' end of the season look like? I know they've played Cincinnati twice.
It's not easy, but it's better than Baltimore's.
That Dolphins game is a huge one on Monday night.
They got to win that one. They have to win that one.
They got to beat the Dolphins. They got to beat the Browns, and then they have the dude. I hope it comes down to Ravens, Steelers, Week 18 for winner goes to the playoffs. That's what I hope happens. I know you want Bengals, but I as a fan, I hope happens. One of the greatest plays I've ever seen anyone make was that scenario. If you'll remember, years ago, it was Steelers. It was probably 2018-ish, 2017-ish. It was years ago. It was Steelers Ravens final week of the season. I don't remember where it was. Winner went to the playoffs. Winner won the division. And it was the Antonio Brown. He caught a slant and gets stopped at the 1 for the final play of the game. And you remember he reached over 2 defenders and just broke the plane?
Yeah.
And it was the touchdown to walk it off for the Steelers. That was one of the best plays I've ever seen a receiver make. That would be awesome to see something like that again.
Yeah.
For it to come down to that with these guys.
You have something with DK or something crazy.
Something crazy like that, or a Derrick Henry goal line stand. Can he push or Lamar makes a great play to end it. Like, I would love for that Week 18 to be for the division.
The only thing that scares me is if the Steelers win this one or win this one against Miami, and then they probably win against the Browns too. The Ravens' schedule is just so brutal. They might lose all those games.
They could. This week against Cincinnati.
It's not that they're not good enough to win it, but, I mean, you're playing a hot Cincinnati team who we're about to talk about in just a few minutes. A hot Cincinnati team, one of the best teams in the NFL in the Steelers, one of the best teams in the NFL in the Packers, and then you have to go on the road to win against the Steelers. Or I said, the Patriots.
Yeah.
But,
man,
they could lose all 4 of those games.
They could go 1-4.
Not saying they will. They're good enough to win all 4.
We have some must wins this week. Steelers must beat the Dolphins at home on a Monday night. The Ravens must beat Cincinnati next week. They have to.
Yeah.
They have to beat them. Man, this is going to be Week 15 is going to be fun too.
Cincinnati and Baltimore season is decided next week.
Yes.
Next week is decided for both of those teams.
Absolutely. And then the Baltimore side, X's and O's wise, Lamar left a lot out there. A good sign was he was running. 7 carries for 43 yards and a touchdown. You love to see that if you're a Ravens fan. But I would have loved to see that in a win. I would have loved to Lamar's running again. We won. We're good. He ran. He was decently effective. Obviously, this isn't the days of old where he's going 9 for 120 and a touchdown. It's not that, but he was effective. He picked up a couple third downs. Derrick Henry got the ball a lot, was not efficient, really. he was starting to lean on him in the fourth quarter, and they just weren't able to get it done. But again, I don't feel great if I'm a Ravens fan based on this. I really don't. No. They got to win next week in Cincinnati. I'll be dialed into that one.
Oh, I will
dialed
be watching
into that
every
one.
snap of that
My
game.
gosh.
And speaking of Cincinnati, their season breathed life into it somehow. You got to win out more or less. And now the Steelers winning actually saves Cincinnati.
Probably.
Cincinnati probably doesn't win this division.
No.
I would say it's probably a 10% chance they win it.
Yeah.
But there is a chance that they could get in with a losing record now because the Steelers and Ravens could also have losing records.
Yeah, that's true.
And they'll have the tiebreaker. They can get the tiebreakers over, or they split with the Steelers, but they get the tiebreaker over the Ravens.
Yeah.
So losing to the Bills doesn't kill them, but on the Bills side, they've been a part of two of the best games I've ever seen this year.
Yeah.
And this game was one of them.
They were insane.
And
he did it again.
Josh Allen reminded the NFL, Drake May's here. You've got, all these other guys. Matthew Stafford's having an unbelievable year, which he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the best.
I'll sprinkle this. If Buffalo beats New England has another slip up, and Buffalo wins out and wins the division, Drake May might not be the Matthew Stafford's competition for MVP.
Maybe this guy.
It could be Josh Allen if that happens. Now that's far from guaranteed, right? The Buffalo Bills have to win the division for that to happen. They have to beat New England the second time around, but it's on the board. But anyways, Josh Allen was having a really good game until the 40-yard touchdown, and that made it a great game.
Yeah, this wasn't a Josh Allen rushing touchdown that you usually see.
No, it was 40 yards untouched, but still, like a lot of quarterbacks don't make that play, obviously. But it just
snow
he's
game.
incredible.
This was classic.
Oh,
I've nicknamed this for a long time, but the Winter Soldier for Josh Allen. Classic snow game, bad weather. You're like, he might not be that great. 22 of 28, 250, 3 touchdowns, 78 yards on the ground, and another touchdown. I've never seen a player put on the cape like he does when it's cold.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
It is, man. Like his putting on the cape just looks better than everyone else's.
It does.
Like guys will have games where you walk away and say, "Man, they were sensational." They absolutely lose that game if he's not excellent. And it doesn't look like Josh Allen when he does it. When Josh Allen does it, it is like
this is the best player I've ever seen.
I mean, it really is. He's a media darling, and this is why. Because when it looks good, you've never seen anything like it. It looks like Cam Newton in college when it looks good for him. That's what it looks like.
And he's better than Cam Newton ever was.
Yeah, he's obviously better. But I'm saying Cam Newton in college was like
Cam Newton at Auburn was
no one's ever said. That's what Josh Allen looks like when he puts on a game like this, and he does it in the NFL. Obviously, the Bengals haven't had the best defense, but this is NFL players. This is the NFL, and
I want to say it's impressive too. Is he's doing it? His number one receiver is I don't even know if it's a receiver. It's one of the two tight ends, either Dawson Knox, and he's got Khalil Shakir, Tyrell Shavers is. That's one of his receivers right now. His consistent target. So good on. I mean,
good on
props
them.
to Josh Allen for being this good with. I mean, this is the worst weapons he's ever had.
Yeah, and I mean, really, they made it hard. James Cook shot him in the foot. He fumbled at the goal line. I thought it was a touchback, but they said it was out at the 1. They give him a goal line carry, and he fumbles again.
Yeah,
and Cincinnati recovers it, and so they shot themselves in the foot. But man, this is
the defense. The defense did bail him out a couple times.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll give him credit. It's kind of like the Ravens game to where Josh Allen
they had a
put the
pick
cape on in
six.
that
They
game.
had the pick six in this game.
Yeah,
so that was huge.
Yeah, but it's still unbelievable game. Go ahead.
If I'm a Bills fan, I don't love Cincinnati scoring 34.
No,
I don't love that.
It is Joe Burrow out there.
It's Joe Burrow, but I don't. And they just scored 32 against Baltimore. I get that, but I don't love it.
No.
Anyways,
the Bills are still don't hear what we're not saying. The Bills are still very flawed.
They're flawed. Yes.
This is a year that still scares me for the Bills, especially with the Chiefs. We'll talk about the Chiefs later.
Yeah.
But the Bills have everything in front of them right now, and this is the worst team they've had in about 5 years.
Yeah.
So
it's
concerning.
Yeah.
But you're still 9-4.
Yep.
With the best player. I mean, He's not probably not going to win MVP.
No,
but the best player in football right now.
Best player in the league is up for grabs. Mahomes, it looks like he's going to miss the playoffs. That title is taken from him.
Yeah.
It's up for grabs.
On the Bengals side, they had to win this game to really to be a threat to win the division. They can still do it. It's mathematically possible. It's going to be hard. Mm-hmm. They have to win out. They can't lose another game. And they're going to have the Ravens and Steelers lose games.
Yeah.
But I mean, the NFL is better when Joe Burrow is playing. Playing well. And the first pick was his fault. The first pick was bad. The second pick was not his fault.
It's painfully obvious. He knows how flawed this team is, and he's trying to do too much. And, I mean, him trying to do too much, you're talking about 284 yards, 4 touchdowns. Pretty good. I like it. Also comes with the 2 picks, one being a pick 6, and that's the difference. And he's going to force it, and I'm fine with that. He has to.
And Joe Burrow's interesting, though, because when he doesn't usually make the egregious – the first pick was bad, but, he's not forcing it into triple coverage because he has to.
He has to right now.
Joe's a smart quarterback, though.
He has to right now.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't have a lot of faith in them just because they are so flawed and they have to win out. Still, a lot has to go right. But I do want him to make it interesting. I want him to be there.
From a fan perspective, I want to see Joe Burrow in the playoffs.
Yep.
That's fun when Joe Burrow's in the playoffs.
Let's go through these next 2 fast.
Yeah. Raiders, Broncos.
The Broncos, it's always close somehow, but they were never in jeopardy of losing this game. You see the score; it's a 1-touchdown game. One was a garbage time. They were never in jeopardy of losing.
I mean, it was who was that quarterback? It was Kenny Pickett. Was in the quarterback for the Raiders.
Yeah.
You think the Broncos defense is
no, they were never in jeopardy of losing.
And then the Rams destroy the Cardinals.
We don't even need to talk about that.
They're the best team in the NFL. That's the only thing I've got to say. They're the best team.
I think so. I have the most confidence in the Rams to make the Super Bowl of any team in the NFL.
Yeah. The big 4:00 window game.
Yes.
Packers beat the Bears 28-21. Let's go Packers first. Yeah. Obviously, great for. I mean, the good thing for the Packers is I think their passing game is coming back at the right time.
Yeah.
They really need. I mean, the defense has been great all year. We know Josh Jacobs can get things going in the running game.
Yeah.
But Jordan Love in the passing game, they're getting healthy. They've got Christian Watson back. They've got Jaden Reed back. It's starting to click, making them pot. Outside of the Rams, they're the NFC team that scares me the most.
They got an argument, especially if they're able to get that 2 seed and everybody's got to go to Green Bay in the playoffs.
Yeah.
To me, obviously right now you would say their best pass catcher with Tucker Kraft being out is Christian Watson. He's played the best. He's been awesome, right? He had a huge
catching
game.
Long touchdowns.
Two long touchdowns in this game. I think the most important thing that happened yesterday is getting Jaden Reed back.
Jaden Reed is crucial.
Crucial for them because when Tucker Kraft was there, Tucker Kraft was doing a lot of things Jaden Reed. Brady was talking about this. Brady was on this at calling the game. Tucker Kraft was doing a lot of the things that Jaden Reed, they do very similar things in different ways. Middle of the field, run after the catch, find a way to get open in zone. Jaden Reed does those things. When Tucker Kraft was there, it wasn't a big deal because Kraft was doing it and it made the whole offense click. Once Kraft went out and you didn't have Reed back, there was a hole in their offense. Now, they still showed out against the Lions, and they were great there. But you could see them against the Panthers. You could see them against – who did they they barely put up any yards.
Hold on.
I don't remember. A few weeks ago, Jordan Love didn't do anything, but they won the ball game. Maybe No, not Cleveland. I can't remember.
No, they lost to Cleveland earlier in the year.
They lost to Cleveland, but
that was like 2 months ago.
2 weeks ago, they won, but Jordan Love didn't do anything.
Was it Giants?
I don't think it was the Giants. I don't remember what it was. But there was a hole in that offense. Jaden Reed comes in, and he doesn't have a big game, but it's just a very important part of the offense that makes everything else.
Statistically, it doesn't wow you, but it also allows for Bo Melton to have a 45-yard touchdown. Christian Watson has 2 deep touchdowns.
Right.
It opens everything up.
Right. Oh, it was Minnesota. Minnesota a couple weeks ago. They won 23-6, but Jordan Love threw for no touchdowns and like 130 yards. Right.
Yeah.
Like it's just the offense wasn't rolling. Him coming back makes it happen. They got the Broncos next week, which will be, to me, that's a good test for both teams. Yeah. We're going to learn a lot about both of those teams in this matchup. It is at Denver, so that's
tough.
If they go on the road and win at Denver, that's big boy.
This is a dangerous team.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Good for the Packers.
On the Bears side,
Huge win for the Packers, by the way.
yes,
Huge win.
monster win. On the Bears side, we had been on the train of, I don't believe in them, holding the 1 seed. I still think they can make the playoffs easily. They have a tough schedule to end the season.
Yeah.
But the Bears, even in a loss this one, they impressed me. This one, like, if they went in, like we were saying, if they went into Lambeau Field and win, you have to take them seriously as being one of the best teams, period.
Right.
They lose a close one. Caleb Williams throws a pick late.
Yep.
But they went toe-to-toe with the Packers in Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
The whole game.
Yeah. This is – I know they're good now.
Yeah.
Like, last week I was saying, I don't know if they're good. They were the 1 seed, and I was saying they had just come off a win against the Eagles on a standalone game in Philly. And I said, I don't know if they're good. Now I know they're good. Even though they lose, they come up short. Caleb has the pick there at the end. The similarities between him and Trevor are unbelievable, really. Because the talent is just – I mean, they're up there.
But Caleb at least is in year 2.
Yeah, that's the thing. Caleb's in year 2. The talent's there. The couple plays are questionable. He throws the pick on the last play of the game. He had Cole Kmet open. Was it Kmet or Loveland? I don't remember who it was. It was one of the tight ends.
I think it was Kmet. He threw the pick too. He had him open previously, but also, if you look at the route pattern they had, like Swift goes out in the flat, and DJ Moore was actually cutting upfield as Swift was going. So DJ Moore was uncovered really, and Caleb just didn't see it.
That's one of those NFL picks, and what I mean by that is there was a time the guy was open, and if you throw it to him on the right time, it's a touchdown. Defenders are so fast. If you miss it by half a second, it's a pick. That's the difference in winning or tying a game going to overtime and losing. Which, if I was Ben Johnson, I would have been going for 2 there for sure if they score that touchdown.
Yeah.
The game's ending there if I'm Ben Johnson. But obviously, he gets picked. But that's one of those. The window just closes so fast in the NFL. You have to be on time with those.
It was such a tight window too because like Swift gets covered. Kmet's open, but he's getting covered, and then DJ Moore is coming open as all of that's happening. So it's
one of those weird ones.
The timing was weird on the play.
Timing was weird. I think if that exact play happens, flipped, and Caleb's rolling to his right, that might be a touchdown.
Yeah.
But the extra little second you got to take to, and was it a touch underthrown? Maybe he probably could have thrown it to the back of the end zone.
Yeah, he still could have made it if you have to throw it over.
Yeah, but Caleb was not the reason they lost. Like, that pick was not great. That was the biggest play of his NFL career so far, and he throws a pick, so it doesn't look great. Yeah. He was not the reason they lost. I know they're at least good, and I know when they play, every game's going to be weird. I don't know what's going to happen. They're going to make it weird somehow. They're at least good. Now, they fall all the way to the 7.
That's crazy.
They were the 1 seed.
Crazy.
That's what we're talking about in this NFC, where 6 of the teams that are in the playoff mix are really good. And the Lions are they in?
I would say 7 of
they're
them.
Just, Bucks and I'm saying
Okay, sorry, I forgot about the Bucks.
6 of the seeds.
I think Buffalo, or not Buffalo, Chicago's way better than the Bucks.
Yeah.
Way better.
Chicago's way better than the Bucks. But of the 7 seeds right now, 6 are really good, and then the Lions are right there on the outside looking in. It's going to be a fun end to the NFC. A few weeks ago, we said, like, man, we think this was like week 7 or something. We were like, I think the playoff picture's already set. No, we got a long way to go. It's going to be a fun end, but this is a tough loss. But I do think this is one of those losses that could be beneficial in the long run for a young team like the Bears.
Yeah.
Obviously, you wanted to win it and maintain the 1 seed, but if you're going to lose it, I think they could learn something from it.
And not making excuses, they did have Roma Dunze did not play in this game, so that's a big part of their offense, even though sometimes statistically it doesn't show.
Right.
And they ran the ball well, not nearly as well as they did against the Eagles, but they ran it well enough. So they're still a very complete team.
Yeah.
Very complete. Okay. Probably, I mean, this is the game that everybody's talking about. This is the game.
Yeah.
Season on the line for both teams.
Yeah.
Season on the line for both teams. Yeah. And the Texans go into Arrowhead.
Yeah.
And the score is they win by 2.
2 scores.
It felt like, though, I mean, it was always the Texans' game to lose.
Yeah.
That entire game.
Yeah, I mean, there was a moment middle of the third quarter, the Chiefs went down. They scored their touchdown.
When they tied it.
They had tied it up in the middle, and it looked like, oh, this is over. Dude, the Texans, you have to be impressed.
Yeah.
You have to be absolutely impressed. You could tell my voice last week. I was in on the Texans. I'm still in on the Texans. I think they could still win that division. I think the most likely scenario is the Jags win it, but the Texans are going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it on the Chiefs side earlier, but I was saying this in the middle of the third quarter. I said they're going to have a touchdown, another touchdown to win this game. They're going to have to. And they did.
Yeah, and
they did.
They scored again. The Texans are the 7th seed as it sits right now, and I really like their chances because right behind them, Colts. Right behind them is Colts, Ravens, Chiefs. I like the Texans better than all those teams.
Yeah.
The Texans are better than all those teams. So, and they still get the Colts on the schedule. So, man, this was a huge win. This was probably the biggest regular season win of C.J. Stroud's career.
For sure. And I'll give C.J. Stroud some credit, too, because
to.
I've been out on, not completely out. Like, I don't think he's bad, but I just don't think he's as good as people either think he is or want him to be.
Thought he was after his rookie year.
I mean, but he was phenomenal. It's particularly on third down
against the
Chiefs. He was unbelievable.
That's the thing. The numbers don't wow you. He was less than 50%, 200 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, 3 sacks. Like, the numbers certainly don't wow you. But he made the third down plays.
When he's hitting these 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 15s consistently against the Chiefs.
He made the plays he had to make. Great for him. I thought this was the best game I've seen him play since his rookie year, probably.
Yeah.
He was.
And there were plays that he left on the field. Like he underthrew
Yes.
Nico Collins on a pass Nico caught that could have been a touchdown.
Yep.
He misses a wide open Christian Kirk on either 3rd or 4th down one time.
Yep.
But still.
Yep. Yeah. No, he was great. And dude, the Texans are scary. I do not want to play the Texans in the playoffs.
No.
I do not want to play them in the playoffs.
This is the best defense. One of the best defenses we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, their defense is as good, if not better, than the Chiefs was the past 2 years.
There's 4 really good defenses this year. Texans, Seattle, Rams, and Broncos. Those are legit defenses. And so I really don't want to play any of those guys in the playoffs, but
you're gonna have to go through them. You're gonna have
fun.
to. Do I have anything else on? I don't think I have anything else on the Texans.
No.
On the Chiefs side,
simple.
you've been saying it.
It's simple. They are not good enough.
They're not good enough.
They're not. They're just not the Chiefs of the last 3 years. I can't fully put my thumb on it, what it is. They just don't make winning plays.
It feels like just every position outside of maybe receiver, and we'll talk about receiver for them, it's taken a step back.
Yeah.
And the offensive line was down 3 starters.
Yep. That was huge.
And then they do lose a 4th starter. However, the rookie,
the 3rd string guy, played well.
Yeah, he held Daniil Hunter to his lowest pressure percentage all season. Daniil Hunter only had 1 pressure on this rookie.
Yeah.
So he actually played better than the starter was.
That was the left tackle was a backup. So they lost another backup is what they lost. And so, but look, I thought, man, the Chiefs are going to lose this game because the offensive line just falls apart.
It really wasn't that bad.
It really didn't happen. Now Mahomes was under pressure.
He got pressured a lot. He only got sacked twice.
But it was not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be no time.
I was thinking either Super Bowl last year or Super Bowl against Tampa. That's what we were about to see from the Texans.
That's not what we saw, man. The offensive line was good enough in this game. Were they a strength in this game? No. But did they lose the game? No. They're just not good enough. And last week, we were like, man, what is it? What is the problem? I was like, they can't get off the field on 3rd down. It's a defensive problem. It wasn't the defense this game, man. I mean, it just wasn't. Now,
C.J. Stroud, I want to say even the last touchdown wasn't really even the defense's fault because Andy Reid put him on the field.
That's the thing. So let's talk a little actual game and then bigger picture with Chiefs. The actual game, going forward on 4th down from your own 35,
in that tight a game.
In this game specifically. Yeah. In this game specifically, I don't love. There are moments I would do that probably as a coach. In this game specifically, with how your offensive line is, with how good the Texas defense is, with how close the game is, if you punt it there, the Chiefs might win.
And the Chiefs
legit might win.
And the Chiefs defense had come alive. And, I mean, they were the sacks weren't necessarily there, but they were all over C.J. Stroud.
Completely killed the momentum.
all over him.
Completely killed the momentum, and then obviously the Texans go down and get their second touchdown of the game. And that was basically the game at that point. Like you look at how the Chiefs finished out. That was the game.
That touchdown felt insurmountable at that point.
Insurmountable. So that play was huge. Rasheed Rice dropping the pass. Was that on 3rd and 8 or 4th and 8? That was 3rd and 8.
Yeah.
Forcing the punt.
He dropped 2 key passes in this game, didn't he?
But really the 3rd and 8 ended the game. Basically. That's the one where Mahomes was laying on the ground face down with his hand on his head. It's a killer. And he did that against Dallas. Rasheed's been great. He dropped that pass against Dallas. He dropped this one against the Texans, which may have cost them the game. And then you have the Kelsey bobble it up to the defender to end the game for real in the game.
That one, I'll put it on both of them because Kelsey should have caught that ball, or at least it hits the ground.
Yeah.
Mahomes did throw it behind him.
Well,
it wasn't a great pass.
The pass actually was kind of where the only place it could be. It was just a terrible decision. He was triple cover.
Yeah.
He threw it in the only place he could throw it where he might catch it.
Pass was great, but bad mental mistake.
It was a terrible mental mistake, and then he tries to make too much happen. This is the 3rd time this year. Travis Kelsey, in a big moment, he did it against the Eagles where it could have been a touchdown. He hit the ball up into an interception.
Yeah.
He did it against, maybe Jacksonville he did it, or maybe, no, it wasn't Jacksonville. There was another one. And then he does it in this game, where not only does he not catch the pass, he bobbles it up for the touchdown.
I mean, it felt, too, kind of like Mahomes' brain just sort of reverted back to, this is the only guy I can trust.
Right.
I can't trust anybody else. She's dropping passes.
It did.
I don't trust Worthy. I don't
because
trust
if you remember,
Noah Gray dropped passes in this game. 2 of them, I think.
If you remember, so the Chiefs were down 7 with the Rasheed drop. They get it back, still down 7.
Yeah.
They got it back. They had to go 93 yards. And then, so they're still down 7 with time to win the game, and that's when the Kelsey drop happens. It did seem like Patrick was like, man, I can't trust Rasheed right now. I can't trust Noah Gray for sure. He's dropped multiple passes. I got to go to Kelsey, and this happens, and they just don't make winning plays, and they're just not good enough. Their diminishment as a team, whether it be Travis Kelsey being 15% worse, whether it be Mahomes being a little worse, whether it be whatever else, the defense being 20% worse than last year, coupled with the injuries, they're just not good enough to overcome it. They're just not good enough at this point. They're 6-7.
I think one of the biggest mistakes they made, and I can say the same mistake that the Bills made for not trading for a receiver at the deadline, is not getting a running back at the deadline.
Nobody fears it.
That was a monster mistake.
Kareem Hunt's had one good game, but you're looking at Kareem Hunt 12 for 30, Isaiah Pacheco 9 for 30. Not good enough.
I'd heard people mention that Devon Achane could have been somebody they got, or Brees Hall. Like, well, I don't care whatever the Dolphins were asking, they should have paid it for Devon Achane.
Yeah.
Whatever the Jets were asking, like if the Jets asked for a 3rd-round pick,
pay
the 3rd-round pick and get him.
Now that they've seen how this season plays out for the Chiefs, if they could go back, they would send a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah.
Because it might have saved their season.
Yeah.
And now they're going to miss playoffs. I know the playoff prediction, they give a certain amount of chance or whatever. They're going to miss the playoffs. There's just too many teams ahead of them that hold tiebreakers against them.
I mean, they
needed this one.
They're still 2 games behind the chart. I mean,
they're going to miss the playoffs.
Winnable games on the schedule. If they can beat the Chargers, beat the Titans,
beat the
Raiders.
They're going to miss the playoffs. They're not good enough. That's the thing. Like we keep saying, if they win out, they can still do it. They're not good enough to win out. They're just not.
Yeah.
They're not good enough. This makes 5 games now. It was Denver, Indianapolis, Houston, Dallas, and there was one other, Bills. The Bills. That's 5 games that I thought going in. This really is. It's not a technical must-win because they're still not eliminated, but this is a must-win for the Chiefs. They're 1-4.
Now everything is a must-win.
I thought all those games were must-wins. They're 1-4. They're not good enough. And I think we're probably running out of time today, but
we're actually doing okay.
All right, what time
we're right at an hour.
We're right at an hour? Okay, perfect. So we can go into this. Then. This is a really big deal for
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Talking about legacy?
Because this is not something that can happen to a team when they have an all-time quarterback and an all-time head coach. When you have those 2 things, you cannot miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't care what the AFC looks like. Brady never did it. The only time, Brady wins the Super Bowl his rookie year, or his first year starting, his second year, first year starting. The next year they missed the playoffs. Then they win 2 straight Super Bowls after that. Back then, Belichick won the Super Bowls, right? Brady was a game manager. So that was not Brady's prime. Once Brady hit his prime, the only time he missed the playoffs
He tore his ACL.
was, when he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
They missed the playoffs. And I still think they went like 12-4 or something.
Well,
11-5. Yeah, but it was Matt Castle and they missed the playoffs, whatever. Look, the Chiefs, yes. I'm so glad we have a little bit of time that I can talk about this. The Chiefs have done something unprecedented. They have played in the AFC Championship game 7 straight years. That's just unprecedented. That type of success does not happen.
I don't think even Brady did that.
Brady did do it.
He did do that?
So Brady did it 2011. So the second Eli Manning lost Super Bowl, the next however many years, I think he made maybe it was a little later. Maybe it was like 2013 or something. He made the AFC Championship game. It culminated, that final season was 2019, his last season in New England, where, remember, they got bounced by Tennessee in the playoffs. They were not good. Remember that? They struggled all year. Receivers couldn't get open. That's the clip of him yelling on the sideline. Somebody's got to get open. It was that year. He finishes his career losing to the Titans. There's a pick 6, his last game ever with New England. People forget that.
Yeah.
What's my point? He made the playoffs. They were terrible. They had just gone on all these deep playoff runs, and it wears on teams. You see it in basketball all the time. LeBron is tired at every year because he goes to the finals every year. The Warriors tired because they go to the finals every year. It happens in football too. When you go that deep, it wears on you. And eventually the bill's going to come due. It came due for the New England the one time it happened with Brady. He found a way into the playoffs. Now, was his division terrible? Yes. The division was. I think that was the first good Josh Allen year. I think that was the first year Josh Allen was good. Maybe it was the second year he was good.
2019.
2019.
No, that would have been his sophomore year.
Okay. So he was still not good
yet. Yeah, he wasn't good
So
yet.
that division was terrible. That's a big difference. So we have to account that in. Chargers are good. Broncos are good. AFC's good. He's had it in front of him. If they go 3-2 in the 5 games I've mentioned, they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. All season
went
this division has been winnable. The Chargers are a good team, but with the injuries they've had, they're gettable. And the Broncos, we'll know more about them next week, like you said. But I've been very impressed by their defense.
Yeah.
But that's not something that Mahomes shouldn't be able to overcome.
Right. So when all the playoff runs caught up with Brady, when the team wasn't that good in 2019, he finds a way to make it. Right? He still has Belichick. Guess what? Mahomes still has Reed. So that hasn't changed. Mahomes, when the playoffs have all caught up with him and they've gone all these deep runs, it does wear on the team. They're not going to – eventually the bill's going to come due. If he doesn't find a way to make the playoffs, that's a big deal. That is when you have an all-time great quarterback, look back at Big Ben and Mike Tomlin. They were always in the playoffs. Even when he was washed, they were in the playoffs. Look back with Peyton and Tony Dungy. Look back with any of these all-time great quarterbacks in our life. When they had their coaches, they do not miss the playoffs. It's just, it can't happen.
And one of the weirdest things to me, and I don't know where your thought is on it, but the past few years, everybody has been talking about, the Chiefs' offense is down. They don't have the weapons. They just don't have the weapons. They don't have the weapons. They don't have the weapons. And this year, the offense has been better. And,
the offense has been good.
They've been waiting on Rashee Rice. I'm like, Rashee Rice comes back. Well, guess what? Now he's got it. He's got Rashee Rice is probably a top 10 receiver. Xavier Worthy is extremely good.
Yeah.
Kelsey is still producing.
No, and the offense has been good. They weren't good yesterday, but they're still top 5 in points, top 5 in. The offense has been good. I don't care. Win games. I don't care how good. It's not about when you're an all-time great quarterback. It's not about having a great offense every year. It's about your floor has to be the playoffs. It just can't happen if you're an all-time great. That's in football again, it's not about stats. It is about winning. I don't care what your stats look like. If you go 15-1 like they did last year, you had an all-time great season. You had a season that an all-time great quarterback has. Missing the playoffs is not an option, and he's going to do it. This is a big, big deal for elite all-time quarterbacks. The title for best player in the world is up for grabs. I have said for years now, just with what he's accomplished, all the deep playoff runs, the 2 MVPs, the 3 Super Bowls, the title's not even up for grabs. It is now.
Yeah.
He's forfeited it.
If you looked at, we were talking about this last night. If what the situation we're staring down right now, you're looking at probably it's either going to be Josh Allen or Matthew Stafford are the best
Yeah.
in the NFL.
No.
Not Mahomes.
If there's 3 people that can take the mantle, and I guess you could argue 4. Matthew Stafford, if he wins the MVP, he wins the Super Bowl, Mahomes misses the playoffs, he's the best quarterback in the world. Josh Allen, even if he doesn't win the MVP, which he's probably not going to, it could happen, probably not going to. If he makes the Super Bowl and Mahomes misses the playoffs, he's the best player in the world. If Lamar, I think, finds a way to win the Super Bowl, that's very unlikely. I don't think they're good enough. If he did, he's the best quarterback in the world. He's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
And I guess you could argue, I don't think it's likely, if Drake May was to win the Super Bowl, someone could argue he's the best player in the world.
I would. I mean, you're gonna hate when I say it, but if somehow the Bengals made it into the playoffs,
Yeah.
and they make a deep playoff run, you
Yeah.
have to put Burrow in that conversation too.
I wouldn't, because he missed the playoffs last year. He was healthy and they missed the playoffs. I don't care
That's
how
true.
bad the defense is.
That's true.
To me, it doesn't matter how bad
I'll
the
give you
defense
that. I'll give you that.
When you're an all-timer, you've got to make the playoffs, especially now that there's 7 seeds. 7 teams make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is going to make the playoffs. Bo Nix is going to make the playoffs. And you don't. It can't happen if you're an all-time great. It's with all-time great quarterbacks, it's the same way as all-time great players in the NBA. You can't miss the playoffs. You just can't.
Yeah.
It's not. And so that title, if the Chiefs somehow find a way in the playoffs, I think the only 2 people that could take that would be Allen and Stafford. But if the Chiefs miss the playoffs, it's up for grabs. It is now. If all those guys get bounced in round 1, I still might say Mahomes even if he misses the playoffs. But it's up for grabs. They can take it if he's out of the playoffs. That's such a knock on your legacy. It has to be. And I'm the biggest Mahomes fan there is. It has to be a knock on your legacy.
Yeah. I can't argue with that.
You can't.
No.
42-year-old Aaron Rodgers might make the playoffs. You can't miss it.
Might.
He could.
That's crazy if Aaron Rodgers makes it.
This is a really bad look for Mahomes. Really bad look.
I don't even think it's all his fault.
Now,
But-
can I give him a break a little bit because he's literally made the AFC Championship every single year? Yes, I can give you a little break, but it doesn't cover missing the playoffs. It just doesn't.
You can give him a little break as far as the rest of the quarterbacks, but
Especially if he comes back next year and they make a deep run.
the thing
But-
he's chasing is Brady.
Yeah, he's chasing Brady.
He's chasing Brady right now.
Yeah.
I think that's where you need to come from the
chasing
angle
Brady.
of is he's already passed everybody
Yep.
else. He already has.
Yep.
Can he catch that one?
Brady, did he miss the playoffs? Yes, in his second year starting. So you can say, yes, Brady had a year where he missed the playoffs, but he wasn't in his prime yet. Once he hit his prime, he never missed it. Now, yes, the division was awful. He's beating Chad Pennington and whoever, Ryan Tannehill in Miami and Mark Sanchez. But he always found a way in the playoffs. Always.
And he won 7 Super Bowls.
And he won 7 Super Bowls. Yeah.
Something to think about.
Something to think about.
The game we're not going to be able to get to is Monday night. It is the Chargers versus the Eagles. Do we have any predictions?
I have no idea what the Eagles are. None.
I
No
think this is
predictions.
one that the Eagles win. They have no reason not to win this game.
Do we know if Herbert's playing yet? Has that been announced?
They're hoping he's going to play.
Okay.
They're hopefully plays.
What does that mean?
But even if he plays, behind that, the Eagles defense
They have to.
should be able to maul the Chargers offense.
Yeah, they should be able to win with 21. 21 should win it.
If the Eagles lose this game,
Big.
Dallas
is alive.
We need to have a big Eagles conversation.
Yeah.
A real Eagles conversation.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be Herbert's fault if they lose. They are just. He quite literally has the worst offensive line in football.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. But that's all we got for today. We'll see you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the 2 episodes this week.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time.
All right.